Oh, wow. Wow. Look at this ugly guy. Oh, it's pretty. Very pretty. Hey, Bryan Schmitt here with Hayabusa. Today is a very special day. We're going to go in depth with a specific technique that I'm in love with. It's a swim jig technique that I refer to as slow and low. I'm super excited today. I have the finished product of my swim jig with Hayabusa. You know, we've been working on this for a while, getting it right. Today you're going to get to see that. You know, I've won a few national tournaments exclusively doing this technique. It's probably earned me more than 3/4 of my total earnings. If I find a way to do this, I do it. It works. You know, just super excited to show you guys this today. We're here in Texas, and stay tuned. Well, put a little white one on and got our first bite. You know, we were working that real slow. We're in 9 foot of water here, and there's some sparse grass out here, and I was just ticking the top of it, and this nice fish wanted to grab it. So a lot of guys, when they fish a swim jig, they're fishing more visual cover, visual lily pads, grass, lay down, stuff like that. And they're keeping it up, and you'll see a lot of guys they got the rod up a little bit, and they're kind of popping it back. What my whole deal is, a lot of times I'm fishing grass that you can't see, submerged grass, and typically what I'll do is I'll make a cast, you know, and I'll let it sink. Hey, we're in 4 or 5 foot of water, let it get down there, and then I'm rod tip down, and I'm just slow reeling it. You know, it's getting those fish that are a little bit deeper, that aren't willing to come up. And then I think a big key is, you know, cause I'm getting it so low, I'm really bumping into a lot of grass clumps. And what the deal is with that, when you pop it free, that's when a lot of your bites come. And I'm just getting a presentation to fish that aren't they're not accustomed to seeing a swim jig fish that deep, and that's the deal. It's keeping it down there deeper, fishing it slower, and taking advantage of when you bump into a clump. You know, do they want a quick jerk, or they just want it barely pulling through? Those are little deals that I've come accustomed to doing, and I feel I could go behind a lot of people with this presentation. We made it compact. First and foremost, this is a compact profile jig, okay? You know, we got the perfect line tie, you know, the angle, everything's designed to keep it down. But the biggest deal is when you get into that, you need a hook and you need a weed guard for fluorocarbon, because fluorocarbon gets it down deeper, you know. So what we did here with Hayabusa, we put the 4/0 FPP on here. It's a medium wire hook, okay? What this hook does, it's not overwhelming, it's not too beefy, so a fish hits it, they're almost hooking themselves, but it's not gonna bend out on you either. You know, that's the deal. It's a really tough, you know, medium to find there, to have a hook that hooks fish effortlessly but doesn't bend out. So you need just the right thickness in the hook, and we got that with this hook right here. And then we have the perfect design weed guard, and just enough strands that it keeps it out of the grass. You don't get a lot of grass on your hook, lily pads, whatever you're fishing, but it's just forgiving enough to hook the fish. The whole jig is designed for this slow and low technique, and we've put a lot of work into it, and it's here. Every jig that we have is hand tied, okay? This is a little bit different process for jigs. You know, they're hand tied, they're tied to last. You know, every jig has mylar included, and we've tied just enough mylar to the jig, not overwhelming amount, We've placed it in the same place on each jig. You know, I've learned over the years that to have it on the bottom of the jig is definitely the best place to have it. It helps it swim true. It's almost like an arrow, okay? And what we wanted to do here is have the best head designed to get it through the grass at low speeds, high speeds, whatever can improve us from getting grass or muck on the head. And we got it, you know, we got it right here. It's just a little bit different head design, but it comes through the grass like you wouldn't believe. You know, the line tie, okay, it's a small, compact line tie. It's very thin. This helps you keep it out of cover because it tapers perfectly into the head. You know, the line tie angle is a big deal. We designed this angle, we had to play with it a lot to keep it to where you're fishing it slow or fast. It's keeping the jig at the perfect angle in the water column. It's swimming true. You know, that's a deal we had to play with. And you know, then you dive into the eyes. These are bulging chartreuse eyes. These aren't flat glue-on eyes. These are bulging. So what that does, that's reflecting light. If a fish is behind it, underneath it, over top of it, on side of it, every once in a while it's going to get a shine from the sun or the light hitting these eyes. It's something that I've learned a little bit about on striped bass actually, and we've played with it with this jig, and it's really improved the amount of bites that we're getting. So you're going to be excited to get this in your hand. Dual bait keeper. This is designed so you don't burn through 500 trailers a day. You know, you're going to put a trailer on this jig and you're going to get after it, and you're going to catch a bunch of fish, and you're not going to worry about your trailer. So this is designed to help keep you fishing and catching fish. There's a good one. That's a nice one here. That's a big one. Choked it. Absolutely knocked it slack. Perfect hook. Right in the top of the mouth. I mean, he couldn't got off in a week. Once you get this jig in your hand, you're going to feel and see the difference. Years of precision in my tournament fishing, years of research and development has brought us to this point. Hayabusa and I could not be more proud to introduce Lil Schmitty to the world.